Welcome everyone to a new video. This is Paul from Screenwriting Mentor. I got invited to a beta test for a new screenwriting software called SoCreate. So I'm going to take you along with my initial versions of looking at this beta test right now. So let's take a gander and see how to do stuff. So I want to create a new movie. Let's do a working title. How about Pizza Guy, which is the one I've been working on for my own. Create the story. So this was one I found online. And so right now, let's see, the quick guided tour of SoCreate Writer will introduce you to tools you use to create and manage your story. If you skip this tour, so let's take a look and see what this tour is like. So story stream, this is where you build and manage your story by adding stream items like action and dialogue. You can easily reorder all stream items in the story stream by dragging them up or down using the drag handle. Seems easy enough. Okay. Focus indicator. Okay, that indicates the stream item you are currently focused on. Please note that when you add stream items to the story stream, they will always be inserted immediately after the stream item that you are currently working on. Okay, it seems like easy stuff so far. As you go through the story, the current scene and location will stay pinned at the top of the story stream. These pinned items will always be there to show you where you're at in the story. Okay, perfect. Okay, I like that. Drag handles. All stream items have drag handles that enable you to move them up or down within the story stream. To move a stream item, grab its drag handle by holding down your mouse button while dragging the item to a different location in the story stream, or use your finger to drag and drop on a touch device. Okay, so seems like everything's nothing too hard. Multiple story streams. You can add additional views of your story by adding additional story streams. Multiple story streams enable you to look at two different parts of your story simultaneously, which can be useful for many scenarios. Sort of like in Scrivener, where you have that second dialogue screen that comes up, or a second screen that you can put, you know, different scenes in and stuff. Suppose you want to ensure the beginning of your story seamlessly ties together with the end. The ability to view and work on both parts side by side makes this effortless. I do like that. Again, I think that's a Scrivener piece that they use. Tools toolbar. Say that fast five. That's not a good way to label that. Click the buttons in the tools toolbar to add action, character, locations, transition, and story structure to your story. Interesting. Those look like they're all pretty easy. Story toolbar. Click on your characters in the story toolbar to add them to your story stream so you can insert dialogue. Do the same with locations to transport your characters from one place to another. To view story stats, click the small graph bar on the title card to see how much you've written and how that translates to screen time. If you want to change your story title, click the menu in the title card to edit it. Let's see. Okay. Doesn't seem like too hard. Export and print story. Click on the logo in the upper left corner, so up here, then click export or print on the main menu where you're ready to share your story with the world. Here you can view your perfectly formatted industry standard story, print it out, download it as a PDF, or export it to a legacy format like Final Draft. That's good. Perfect. Story settings. You can set your story's type, its completion status, and the way your story sections are numbered. Okay. The dashboard. Here you can manage your stories, create new stories, learn more about storytelling. That's what we were looking at beforehand. So it looks like there's some blog articles we can look at. Watch videos. So this looks like a sort of like an all-in-one type of ecosystem. Okay. Well, let's see if I can bring in a story. So let's take a look here. Let's go back to dashboard here. Aha, import story. So let's take a look. So let's import the story. We're going to import a movie, draft 1.1. There we go. Okay, let's upload it, see what happens. So attempt to import your file again. Okay, so let's type it says supported file types, Final Draft, FDX. Okay, so let's take a look again. I'll do my fast draft. Actually, let's try my endless pages. Maybe it's because it has that 1.1 in there. So let's take a look at how this is. So endless pages one is basically just a story that I do every day, and we'll see if it's able to figure that out. Interesting. So script title. Here's a preview of your story. Choose a doodle or realistic style for your character and locations. I'm trying to figure out. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so this is okay. So down here is where you choose how I want sort of the icons to set up. Let's just do this. This will be fine. So let's import that now. So this is again, this is just some writing that I do daily. So let's take a look at this. And like I said, the screenplay is actually sort of all over the place because I've written on different spots and stuff like that. So scene one. Oh, so I'm trying to think, what is this all about? And then I'm like, oh yeah, now I know what it's all about. I'm gonna see if I can change my name. Okay, locations. There's interesting location scenes, but it's I don't know if I can really add stuff. So let's go to menu, edit story title. So this is going to be called generic sci-fi movie 1. Okay. So we'll save the story. And okay, so this is, and there's a whole list of characters here. Now let's see how I can move down in the story. So this is scene 1. So add action, stuff like that. So I actually want to get lower in the screen. Aha, there's okay. So I just clicked on this. I got a button, so I'm going to go down to the end. Scene 50. All right. So this is the last scene I wrote a little while ago. It's interesting. Again, let's take a look and see if they can edit location. So change image. Let's see if they got current tag filter. So if I look at tags, let's look at spaceships. Let's see if they have any tagged with spaceships. Or how about ships? We'll try that. All right, how about space? How about science fiction? Science fiction. Okay, well, interesting enough, there's no real... I get what they're sort of doing with this. Let's see if I can... Commander Bert. Let's see if I can play with that. Edit character. Male age. Let's see if I can change. Interesting. Let's see if we can change it to that. And... okay. Well, it's nice that they have this sort of age function there. Okay, so... interesting. So as I look at the last scene here, let's click on here and see if we can... Alright, so let's see. Okay, there we go. So we clicked on the last scene here again. We're in page 50. And then I can scroll up a little bit here. Scene 45. So it looks like, so if I just click on scene 50, so I have notes I can add to the scene. I can add the scene name and stuff like that. So interesting. And they have different locations. They have all my characters mapped out. Now, just a reminder, like I said, I've been just writing this for, I haven't done a good job of calling my characters yet or something like that. And there's also different characters in here too, because I've been writing different stories. This isn't all one space movie and stuff like that. So let's export this and see what it looks like in terms of a PDF. Okay, so I've basically pulled this up in the PDF in Adobe, and let's see. Yeah, it looks like all the things are done well. Let's see if, okay, interior police station. Like I said, to let you know, it was a lot of different types of genres that I was reading or I should say writing. So it looks like everything looks good. You know, it has my scene headings right. They have the type of action. They have characters. It looks like the dialogue's done well. So it looks like everything is looking pretty good. And this again is I exported my file, so it looks very similar to what I see in Final Draft. And they have the voiceover done well too. I did a voiceover with Admiral Decker. You can see the voiceover is done well. So it looks like it's a pretty easy program to use. So let's run through and see what we can do. Let's add another view on our story stream. So let's add a different view. Let's see if I can find the... So I think the hard part about using this particular function is coming up with this little doodad. I'm just not understanding exactly where this is. Like if I have to sort of... Yeah, it just seems to click right here. I think if there's a little bit more... Again, this is just a beta. So I think it's just this... So if I click and then I can pick this up. So let's throw one scene here. So I'm going to take a look at this so that way you can see a previous scene that I have, scene 37. I'm comparing it with scene 50. So yeah, like I said, you can... So that's sort of nice that you can sort of do that. What is this stuff here? Okay, so that tells me which scene is active. This one's active, and then... Oh, okay, so you can actually add another thing. So if you want more than one scene or one thing to have in mind, you can clip one over here. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay, well, let's take our scene 50 and let's add... Okay, so then I just click on that. I just click on the scene, and then I can scroll down using my arrow keys. And so that seems to be pretty cool. Yeah, the names aren't very original. I know, Wile E. Coyote. So, again, this is just for fun. So let's add a action. Well, actually, we have to add a story structure. What do? We can add a scene. Okay. Add a film, add a series, add an act, add a sequence, add a scene. Okay, interesting. So that's how I add a scene on there. So if I want to add a transition, so let's see if I add a transition, what does that give me? Camera transition, story transition, passage of time, text on screen, or commercial break. Okay. Add a location, outside, inside, day. Okay. You can change the image, but they don't have a ton of images as of yet. Add a character. You can change that image to, if I want to use that or this. And then I just go back out through here. Character name. Add action. Okay. So then I can add an action to this particular line. Let's actually, I'm going to remove this because I'm going to actually add a new scene. After. Oh, that's neat. So you can either add it before or after. I thought it just automatically did after. So you can just do after. So we add scene. And then for this scene title, let me scroll down a little bit. Okay, scene. Again, it's the hard part is scene 51. Okay, so I'm down scene 51, so I can label the scene if I want. Or add notes, I should say. Okay. Unknown location. So they need to add a location. So add a location. We're going to add Starfield. Or actually do, let's see if it picks up space, transit point. Outside it is day, and so add location. So add an action. Okay, so we just simply add, no, it's a, so we want to add action, so I add action. So I can just type my action here. So I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. So then I'm going to see how easy it is to add, so let's add a next transition. So add a new scene. Actually, I'm going to take that out. And let's add a new scene, or yes, new scene. So add a scene. So after 51, you just say yes. And this is going to be, let's see if it recognizes that at all. Does it recognize? Let's see if I can find, okay. Oh, sorry, this was just telling me what the scene is. This one, I have to add a location. So if I add a location, it doesn't autofill the location that I'm noticing right now. It doesn't, from my previous one, it's not loading that. So let's add characters and dialogue. Okay, so toolbar, click the tools in the toolbar section to add action characters. So add character. So if I want to add, but that's not helpful because I want to add one of these characters. Let's see, let's do, I can't drag them. Oh, okay, so I just click on them. Okay, so all I need to do is just click on them. And now I have, so like I said, I think this is an interesting, so it's really easy to set, then I could just add a different character and boom, I got that. Then if I need to add an action scene, boom, it's really easy. So yeah, so this is really a good graphical type of interface as we're looking at this. And like I said, it comes up with perfect screenwriting format, so that's really cool. And then again, we come here. This is just my initial impressions, as you can sort of see as we stumbled through this video together. This is sort of what the beta looks like. Go to the SoCreate and sign up right now. It looks like I said, especially if you like graphical type stuff, it's really easy to understand. You don't have to worry about putting it in a certain format. It does a good job of putting the screenwriting format in the right format. That's something that you don't have to worry about or stress about, which I know a lot of people do in Final Draft or Fade In or something along those lines. This is really pretty easy just to get in and type and write and stuff like that. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this brief tour through the beta of SoCreate. If you like the video, give me a like and let me know, and I'll see if I can maybe do some more tutorials on this. But like I said, this is just my initial thoughts on this beta for SoCreate. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and live well and write well. Take care and have a wonderful day.